football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so Australia's very own Jai Opetaia, the Ring Magazine Cruiserweight champion, he successfully defended that status in the ring this past weekend when he destroyed Jordan Thompson in one of the most one-sided world championship fights I've ever seen in my life. I didn't think I'd see anything more one-sided than Crawford Spence this year. What was I wrong? This was just about a level above that, and you guys know what that was. So if you didn't see what Jai Opetaia did to Jordan Thompson, please do yourself a favor and go watch it. It was a masterclass in how to serve up a one-sided ass beating to your opponent. But wanted to talk about what could be next for Jai Opetaia, because we talked about the performance when it happened. Let's talk about what could be next, because he called out after the fight. He was very specific about who he wanted next, and he stated that he wanted the WBO belt. He wanted the WBO champion, and the WBO champion is none other than that man right there, the real CBS, the fighting pride of Bournemouth, Chris Billam-Smith. Now, that's gonna be a hell of a scrap, because when we talk about Chris Billam-Smith, I mean, does he have the speed of a Jai Opetaia? No. Does he have the athleticism of a Jai Opetaia? No. But the guy is a damn good fighter, and he's a consistent fighter throughout the rounds. I mean, look at what he's done in the pros so far. There's a lot of substance on that resume of his. His only professional loss so far is to Richard Riakporhe, and that was all the way back in 2019 when they fought for the WBA international title. And it was a close fight, could have went either way. But since then, he's reeled off wins against the likes of Craig Glover, Ty McCarthy twice. He beat my boy Isaac Chamberlain in one of the best fights you're going to see this year. Or one of the best fights of last year, I should say. And then he had one of the knockout of the year candidates against Arnold Jojai. Jojai was a ranked contender. So Chris Billam-Smith, I think, has gotten better with time. I think what he is a physically strong guy who can box, who can fight at mid-range a little bit, doesn't get tired, and just he knows how to win. And then obviously most recently, and I can't believe I forgot this, he absolutely dominated and destroyed the longest reigning cruiserweight champion in the division of the current crop, which was Lawrence Coley. So talking about Coley, Chamberlain, McCarthy twice, Arnold Jojai, Craig. He's got a lot of substance on that resume, and he's getting better in the ring for what he's doing in the ring. I like the fight. I like the fight a lot, because Marius Briedis was able to take Jai Opetaia to some deep, dark, uncomfortable places. We know that. Marius Briedis, at the same time, is in his 30s. He's towards the end of his career. It's not the case for Chris Billam-Smith. I mean, actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. Let me take it back. Chris Billam-Smith's 33 himself. He's not exactly young. He's not in his 20s, but you know what I mean. Like, I just think Chris Billam-Smith may have a little bit more to give, and maybe a little bit more hungrier than the Marius Briedis that fought Jai Opetaia. So, psychologically speaking, and I think he's a bit of a different fighter to Marius Briedis. But nonetheless, I think Opetaia would open up as a favorite in that fight. He would have a clear-cut advantage in speed, power, and things like that. How tall is Opetaia? Let me see how tall he is. I know Chris Billam-Smith's pushing like 6'3". Opetaia is like 6'2", but I would venture to say that maybe Chris Billam-Smith might be a bit wider. He might be a bit wider. So I think Chris Billam-Smith will probably try to push Opetaia back. And I think the key to Opetaia in a fight like that would be his footwork and stepping around Chris Billam-Smith. But nonetheless, it's taken a little bit of time, but it finally seems like the cruiserweight division is starting to heat up. I mean, you had Ryan Rozicki, who I'm going to make a video about here very shortly. You had Ryan Rozicki, who just knocked out Alante Green for the NABF title in a great fight. You had Badou Jack, who became champion recently, and relieved Makabu of the belt. And now you got Opetaia and Chris Billam-Smith. I would say Opetaia and Chris Billam-Smith are the two best two of the best champions right now. The weak links are Arsene Goulamirian and Badou Jack. This is the best fight that could be made amongst the champions. Now, the best fights in the division that could be made are like Richard Riakporhe or things like that. But I would definitely say these two, this is the best unification fight that can be made. And I think we're going to get to know a bit more about Jai Opetaia. You know, is Jai Opetaia going to be the next pound fighter? Is he going to be that in the lineage of the next great cruiserweights? Because when you watch the guy fight, I mean, he's the total package. He's got the chin, he's got the punching power, he's got the boxing IQ, he's got balls down to his ankles. He's truly a tough, skillful, real warrior of the sport. But so is Chris Billam-Smith. Chris Billam-Smith has shown time and time again that when you want to count him out, when you want to, you know, because some people thought Chandler was going to beat him, some people thought Okada was going to beat him, some people thought, you know, Ty McCarthy was going to get him in one of those two fights, and he proved it. He's proven a bunch of doubters wrong. And you know, I hope this fight can get signed as soon as possible, because I don't want Chris Billam-Smith to wait any longer. He's 33. He don't got time to wait. And I don't want Jai Opetaia to sit on the shelf. He already sat on the shelf for over a year and a half, and he had promotional issues, and he had the surgery. So it's time to get it on and get it popping. I want to see who's who at cruiserweight. I mean, like I said, Rozicki just captured the NABF belt. He should be entering the rankings any minute now. Isaac Chamberlain's fighting McCallum Wall real soon. He's still got guys like Yanmil Peralta who are lying around, who are notable names in the division. Marcus Brown's a cruiserweight now. You got Joe Smith Jr. and Zordo fighting this weekend. So cruiserweight's gonna really be heating up, and I'm expecting big things from this cruiserweight division in the next years. So we'll see how it goes. And you still got the KO doctor Yunier Datico still lying around in the weeds. So and Mateus Masternak. So if Opetaia wants Chris Billam-Smith next, then give him Chris Billam-Smith, because if he's truly the best in the division, he should be afforded the opportunity to prove it. And I don't think he's the kind of star where he's going to make any kind of money if he doesn't fight the best. So with that being said, sign me up. I want to see it. The only issue I could see happening, right? I don't know what Chris Billam-Smith's current contractual situation is with Boxer and Ben Shalom. I know he fought his last couple of fights against Isaac Chamberlain and Arnold Jojai and Lawrence Okoli on Boxer. But if he's with Boxer and Ben Shalom's in the fold, I think that could lead to problems with, Eddie Hearn and Ben Shalom getting a deal done, because we know that, Opetaia was supposed to fight Richard Riakporhe, but Riakporhe decided to pull out, right? So it's just you got a whole British top-ranked PBC thing going on over there. So hopefully there's no politics in boxing, because this is not a division that can afford politics. This division can only afford the best fights. Otherwise, fighters won't get paid. So that being said, you guys let me know what you think. Opetaia versus Chris Billam-Smith. Who you favoring and why? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just Kid from Daniel. So until next time, take it right. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.